What is going to come out of that?
The municipality, and he went through disciplinary process, and then at the end it upheld his dismissal. Nonetheless, in terms of regulation 18.2, and then he made a review. We have had a cocktail inquiry from the previous MSC, and where council took a resolution, and then at the end the resolution was that with two legal opinions that were saying when the CFO had its invocation. So the matter then it's in the labor court, and there has been interaction between the cocktail and ourselves in terms of discussion, and have provided detailed information to cocktail on the matter.
CFO.
Thanks, honorable MPs and honorable mayors, members of provincial legislature. Chairperson, I will start with the question of underspending of our condition.
Can you bring it closer to your mouth so we can hear better?
Sorry, Chair. I'm saying I will start with the question of underspending on our conditional grants. Yes, indeed, I can confirm that in the previous years, before our appointments, I was appointed in January 2024. That was a challenge with Masilungana local municipality, where conditional grants was utilized to pay salaries for operations. But upon our appointment as a new administration, we implemented the internal controls, and we ensured that we ring-fenced all the conditional grants monies. So we are spending to those conditional grants accordingly. And then on a monthly basis, we provide a report to accounting officer to check the monitoring. To date, there is nothing like that. We are up to date in terms of our expenditure as far as the conditional grants is concerned. So the MIC funds are being managed by district local municipalities as a result of that. And then we are paying our consultants, even the contractors, upon the receipt of the invoice. Once we receive the invoice, we send it to district, and the district they only pay that portion of the invoice, and then we pay over to the contractor or a consultant. So I'm happy with that because we have implemented the internal controls. As far as the UIF is concerned, Chairperson, yeah, indeed, that municipality for a number of years was transacting outside the financial system. So we did not have any supporting documentation to prepare the annual financial statement. If I can indicate this, when you prepare the annual financial statement, you need to have the reports on our financial system. When you submit the AFS, you need to provide the list schedule, even the general ledger, to support the figures as disclosed on the annual financial statement. So in the absence of that information, you cannot do anything. You submit, the auditor generally going to reject all those financial statements. So that was what was happening in that municipality. So the figures as disclosed as UIF on our financial statement were just put there. When we wanted the breakdown of those amounts, we didn't get anything to support all those amounts. So we had to reconstruct our registers to ensure that we have a supporting documentation as far as UIF is concerned. And we provide that information to MPEC as well for further investigation. So we did that. MPEC is done with 2022. 23, 24 or 24 financial year investigation. In the next council meeting, they are going to table their report there for the first time. So we are implementing control as far as that is concerned. And then we implement controls as well to try to reduce our UIF because of majority of our irregular expenditure was emanating to the composition of our bid adjudication committee. In terms of the supply chain management policy of the municipality, even the supply chain management regulations, it says the composition of the bid committee, adjudication committee, must be composed with all senior managers of the municipality. So during those previous years, we didn't have any senior managers, so the municipality was just taking even the junior staff to serve on that committee. So automatically, if we are not complying with that requirement, it's a regular expenditure. So there were long-term contracts that were entered into by the municipality. So when we pay all those contracts because of they are still applicable, we are incurring that irregular expenditure. But upon our appointments, we implemented the correct measures. All the senior managers were appointed to serve on that committee. So we managed to reduce our irregular expenditure. And then all that irregular expenditure that has been incurred will be tabled before MPEC for further investigations, and then consequence management will be implemented after the report has been served before the municipal council. And then there was issue about the consequence management. Yeah, in terms of those people who were transacting outside the financial system, we have suspended one official, and then the disciplinary process is still underway. And then others, we referred all those projects that maybe we think that fraud was conducted to the Hawks. Other projects have been investigated by SIU. So after we have, once we receive the reports, we will implement consequences management as per the recommendation of those reports. So indeed, we have been getting disclaimer for the past 9 years due to the fact that the municipality was transacting outside the financial system. However, we implemented internal controls to ensure that everything now we are capturing it on our financial system. Even the backlog that we had in the previous years of capturing those transactions outside the financial system, we brought all those transactions into financial system. Hence, we are hoping that under this financial year, we are going to get a better audit outcome from Auditors General for the first time. If we fail in terms of getting a better audit outcome from Auditors General, at least the paragraphs of our disclaimer report are going to be reduced because of that municipality was operating without even a fixed asset register for the past 4 years. So now, at least now we have compiled that fixed asset register. We have completed every, and then we took a we can deviate because of we know specifically what kind of vehicles we want. And then we bought 9 cars, 120,000, and those cars are still brand new members of the parliament. You can quality of those vehicles. And then we even bought a TLBs, 4 TLBs for that municipality. There was none, there was no vehicle, but we had to enter to that because of we need to provide a quality service delivery to.
Let's round up that part.
Okay. So.
Okay. No, that's fine. Name again?
Amos Makwai, CFO.
Okay. The one, just repeat, Honorable Mwala.
Chair, I asked about fruitless and wasteful expenditure. The CFO is talking about regular expenditure the municipality because for the past 9.
Through you, Chairperson, can the member repeat the question?
I'm saying 2023, 2024, the financial statements under remuneration of managers, there is nothing. There's just a name of CFO, and then dash. There's nothing. Why is that? Because that's where we can be able to verify whether he has received a bonus or not.
On that matter, yes, we had difficulties in terms of annual report. If you can check the audit report,
So you don't know how much the salary you got paid.
No, I was paid in terms of salary, but bonuses, no senior managers was
But
paid.
that's what that thing
Yeah,
requires. It
no,
requires you to write the salaries of senior managers.
No. Let's not dialogue it like that. Just finish the questions and get the answer.
But I'm sorry, through you, Chair. My question is, the GRAP requires that you must write all managers of the municipality their remuneration, even if you received a cell phone allowance of R2. It must be listed there in the financial statement under notes that you got a cell phone allowance of R2. Why in this particular municipality there is nothing under remuneration of senior managers? That's just a straight question.
That's why I think it was a disclaimer. The point is, going forward, those things have been identified. And then
No. You're not answering the question. You're not answering the question. We're asking you why the record of the remuneration did not. We know next time we'll sort it out. We're not talking about that one. We're talking about the past.
No, thanks, Chairperson. I heard that in the initially the member was asking why those were not split on the annual report.
No. You have heard the question now.
Yes.
Let's
So
deal with
on
it.
the financial statement, I think we have split that. But the question of the annual performance.
Sorry, on the
Wait. Look, we're not going to run it like that. You've asked the question, let's get the answer. If the answer is not satisfactory, will come in, let's not intervene. You have a question straight. You did not reflect the remuneration of the managers in your annual financial statement. That's the allegation. We're asking you.
Let me acknowledge that if it was not indicated, but I will go back and check if it was not reflected. But in terms of the CRAP statement, yes, it's required that we split that. According to me, we did that. So
Okay,
I'm
no.
not sure.
Wait, okay, let's go back to the basics now. If you are not sure, you can't answer the question. Answer should be you are not sure about it. You go and check, and tomorrow morning you'll come and give us the answer. Don't play around like that, because you're supposed to answer factually. You're not supposed to play politics on us. Okay. So tomorrow morning you will come and bring us back the
Annual financial
statement. Yes. Okay. Van Zyl?
Thank you, Chair. I just want to then confirm, because it was an answer from the MM, there was no performance bonuses paid out, not even 1 cent. In the last, let's say 5 years, not even 9 years. No, not 1 cent.
Okay. You got additional information? All right. Can we try and close now?
Chair, the 0% of key service delivery targets were achieved, and then spending on repairs and maintenance was 0. So the question, Chair, through you is, what is the function of this municipality? Thank you, Chair.
Mkhaliphi?
I'm on another point though.
In fact, go for it.
Okay. No, Chair, I'm still on the issue of the CFO. Must I proceed?
Proceed.
Okay. No, I'm still on the issue of the CFO regards to the issue that I raised earlier on. So, MM, you didn't tell the committee that there was a letter that was written by the former MSC to you on the 16th of February in 2024. So was the letter revoked? Because you only mentioned the review that is still in labor court. You only mentioned the legal advice that you got. But there is a letter that was written to the mayor. And it's very clear, that letter. I don't know, Chair, if I can read the letter.
Just read the relevant paragraph.
3.3, Chair. In the arbitration between Amos Makoya and Mafube Local Municipality, dated 5th January 2024, see attached for reference, Mr. Makoya was found guilty on allegations of misconduct and was dismissed from Mafube Local Municipality based on the above finding. Mr. Makoba is not appointable for a maximum of 10 years, as it will be contravention of Schedule 2 of the local government regulations on appointment and conditions of employment of senior managers of 2014, which outlines the categories of misconduct and time periods that must expire before a person may be re-employed in the municipality. Based on paragraph 3, the appointment of Mr. Makoya as the Chief Financial Officer is found to be invalid and non-compliant to legislation. The Mayor is therefore advised to request the Speaker to call a special council meeting where the content of the letter will be tabled, rescinding the appointment of Mr. Makoya as the Chief Financial Officer. Please note the failure to submit to the above mentioned documents and honor the content of the letter will leave the MEC with no option than to approach the High Court for a declaratory order reversing the appointment. Trusting you will find all in order. Sincerely, Mr. M.K. Makume, MPL, MEC, Department of Cooperative Governance, Traditional Affairs and Human Settlement. Date 16/02/2024.
Response?
Thank you, Chairperson. I've provided the response, but let me also deal with what the member specifically mentioned. The letter was received, and then it went through to council. Council debated it, and then also council took a resolution that we needed to get the legal advice, and then that we also received, and then the council also took a resolution amongst others that delegated the mayor, the speaker, as well as the MM to meet with the MEC. That happened.
MM, that's yourself.
MM, that's myself, Chairperson. And so there was a meeting at a political level with my principals and the MEC at the time, which was MEC Makume. And also there was an instruction for the officials of both COCTA and the municipality that we should meet and deal with the matter, because there were also other issues that were written on the letter that were not accurate, amongst others that if you invoke 10 years and all that, it relates to when you are being charged for financial misconduct, which Mr. Amos Maguire was not charged for that. And then we met as a team, and then also provided a report in that regard. When the new MEC came in, we provided all the information to.
Report in that regard, and report was?
The report was compiled and given to the previous MEC, and then even when the new...
My question, what was the report saying? One word.
The report, number one, Chair, was dealing with all the allegations that were put from the MEC side. And then from the municipality, there was response on each of those things and explanation, and there were also annexures that were there. And that was provided.
Now, what was the response? You say you compiled a report of the response, and I want to know what was the response. It can be one of two things.
Okay. I will make an attempt, but if you indulge us, Chairperson, I also, in the midst, we have a Director of Corporate Services who's also an attorney by training. He would probably be able to ventilate it much better than me, but overall is we responded in detail on allegations that were made in the report, and then provided those to council, and council adopted those. At the end, the resolution was that there be a delegation composing of, amongst others, mayor, a speaker, and I think there were also opposition members to be part of that. They also need to be accompanied by myself, and Director of Corporate Services. And then in them, it was going to be providing actually what happened, what's the chronology.
No. Where is the delegation going? What was the decision? The MEC says don't employ. What was your report saying? Was it saying don't employ or was it saying employ?
Amongst others, like I said, the report was also written because it had a legal opinion.
Leave all of that. Just want something simple. The report ultimately says employ or not employ.
The report of council was saying we note the processes that have taken place, and according to regulations, there's nothing untoward that council did, and therefore council on its own can't re-invoke that decision unless there's
So
a
it said
declaratory
employ.
order.
It says you must employ. It was ultimately.
Basically, it says that there was nothing untoward that council did.
It said, therefore you must employ.
That's correct, Chairperson. It boils to that.
Why is it difficult for you to say it?
No, Chairperson, you said council employ. There's no resolution that says employ, but the council was saying it followed due processes for the employment of the incumbent.
Pansay?
Thank you, Chair. I think
Is your hand up, Nangamal?
Yes.
Yes. All right. You will come after her.
sorry, Councillor Ntolo. Honourable, I'm also back
Hey.
now at the district.
I didn't know he's your comrade, but then you continue.
No, I said councillor. Chairperson, I think they said that there was a legal advice. They got us a legal advice. I think it would be very good for this committee and SCOPA and SCOAG to see that legal opinion that they received, as well as the council resolution from this subcommittee, that report. I think it's very, they can, I mean, they're not going to give it to us now, but I think we need to see that. Thank you.
Zangamal?
No, thanks, Chair.
Yeah,
Chair,
Chair.
just a follow-up. The question that has been raised by the honourable member was simple. Was the letter revoked by the MEC? That's what actually we wanted to know. Was the letter revoked? Thank you.
Direko?
Yeah, Chair, I would also request that at least we be given information regarding the dismissal of the CFO, the advice that they have sought, as they have said that they have sought legal advice, and then the resolution of the council. If they don't have it now, they can just submit that in writing.
Mayor?
Chair, can I request the speaker want to respond to that?
You don't have a response. The letter was written to you.
Indeed, Chairperson, and the letter was served to council.
Speaker?
Thanks, Chair, and the entire leadership. Chairperson, where the crux of the matter was when approaching the MEC. We advised the MEC, and where the legal advice was sought, that Mr. Makwai has approached the Labour Court appealing the arbitration. And the MEC called his legal advisors. We discussed that. And then what came out of the discussion from the legal advisors of the MEC was that there is nothing in the interim we can do, as Mr. Maguire has appealed the matter. Now, ultimately the MEC said, okay, let's leave it here. Let our two technical teams meet and deal with the matter legally. So because of that appeal, we are stuck with the situation. Thank you.
You know, you were asked a question and the mayor passed it to you. The question is, was the letter revoked? and the mayor didn't answer that question. Mayor, we are not answering now, Mayor. You defer to the speaker, so you can't jump around. Let's just be specific. I asked you the question, you didn't. The letter is written to you. So you can't, when I say answer the question, you say you're the speaker, and now when I'm saying to the speaker, you must answer the question, you want to take over. Speaker, was the letter revoked?
No, it was never revoked, Chairperson.
So it still stands?
It still stands, also pending the appeal from the Labour Court. What has not been tabled before us as a council is what transpired out of the two teams, the municipal team and MEC team. That has never been given to us, even the contents of that discussion. Thank you.
That's not what the MM says. The MM says that that report from those two teams came to you in the council, and then you took the decision. MM?
That's correct, Chair.
And the speaker says you've never reported. He's saying now.
Let me not interpret what he says, but I understood to mean that the matter was resolved at a level where there were discussions between a province and the municipality, even at a level of technical team. I have this even example to.
Okay, no,
to
don't
provide.
go to the example. Let's just take it. You see, let's just take it from a layman's point of view. I'm hearing you say you went through a process of interviewing someone to be CFO. That person gets interviewed, and you make a recommendation as the municipal manager and the mayor to the council to employ. And then you get a letter from the MEC saying, give us all these documents, plus don't continue to employ this person. And then you come with a legal opinion that says, no, let's go and engage the MEC. You then get to the MEC, he gets his legal advisor, and then you come with your team, then you have the whole delegation with the mayor and the speaker and everybody, and then you all settle on the point that no, actually, we should, something you didn't want to say, that you should actually employ the person. You went around and I kept saying, no, leave that. And you said, no, there was no decision, there was no word that said employ. It said the municipality did nothing wrong. And this, the council did nothing wrong. And this is the ultimate conclusion that was taken to council, and council then had to get the process on. And the question which I were asking you is that, was there a letter that revoked this one? Technically speaking, the mayor, the speaker says he's not aware of that. Now, what are you telling us?
Chairperson, let's start with the letter of the MEC. Yes, the letter amongst others. I don't have the copy in front of me, but we have all
leave all these other stories, because you see the way you deal with it, you are actually giving us a problem. Leave these other issues. We're talking about this one letter. Let's talk about the process of this letter and get to the point where we want to know, was it revoked?
Thank you, Chairperson. The direct question is, before I come to invocation, the letter, amongst others, would have said, one, table this letter to council and reverse the appointment. And then somewhere there was an element of saying, respond within certain days, meaning it provided you to give an explanation of chronologically what happened.
Chair.
And that was, the report
Sorry,
was
Chair.
made on the basis of that.
Who's calling?
It's me, Chair, because I think we will sleep here. Because we do have the copy of the letter, and I think the MEC that would have written the letter is here.
No,
Can
we're
they
getting
help
there.
us?
We're going there. We're not there yet. No, we're not there. Where we are, we want to know, was the letter revoked? That's the question.
I've conceded to that, Chairperson. That
You
it
have
was-
not. You have not.
Chairperson-
No. Don't. You see, I told you, don't play politics. You have not. You even didn't want to say you actually had to continue and employ. You must be specific. Want your own words. Was the letter revoked?
The letter, Chairperson, was not revoked.
Mtolo?
Thank you, Chairperson. I understand that there was an appeal. What was the outcome of the appeal? Or was the matter settled?
Yes, Mayor, again, did you receive a letter now from the current MEC that you received on the 29 October 2024 about this matter? I read you the letter of a former MEC. Now there's a letter of the current MEC. Must I also read, Chair?
Let's first get the answer. Is a yes or no?
Yes, indeed. The second MEC did write a letter to me.
Talk about it.
The letter was saying, why should we not be put in under Section 139 because of failure for the council to execute at its obligation.
Which letter is that?
Is the second letter that was written by the second MEC.
Read it, Kalipi.
I'll just go to number 3. I have advised the municipal council to rescind the appointment of Chief Financial Officer after receiving the Regulation 17 report. However, the municipal council failed to implement the advice. The municipality has not provided me with a report indicating why such advice was never implemented, nor shown that they are in the process of soliciting legal advice.
Next. Next line.
However, the chief financial officer who has been found guilty of financial misconduct is still working for the municipality, contrary to what the legislative and regulation framework dictates, that such an officer must be reported to the Minister of Finance and Cooperative Governance. Over and above, the municipal council seems to be failing in its executive functions. In light of the above, we are requested to provide my office with a representation of why a provincial intervention in terms of Section 139 of the Constitution cannot be invoked within 7 working days of receiving this letter. Your positive cooperation in this regard will be highly appreciated. Sincerely, Mr. T.Z. Mukwena, MPL, MEC.
Date?
29/10/2024.
Okay. Your Worship, I asked you to respond and you deferred to the Speaker. Masilonyana has had disclaimers for the past 9 years. In 2017-2018, there was a disclaimer, and Ms. D. Modise was the Speaker. 2018-19, there was a disclaimer. Ms. D. Modise was the Speaker. 2019-2020, there was a disclaimer. Ms. D. Modise was the Speaker. 2020-21, there was a disclaimer. Ms. D. Modise was the Speaker. 21-22, there was a disclaimer. Ms. D. Modise was the Mayor. 2022-23, there was a disclaimer. Ms. D. Modise was the Mayor. And today this Mayor won't answer a question. And of the people who are here is the one who's got the longest institutional memory. And of the people who are here, the one who's got the longest association with the disclaimers is yourself. Why do you want to play around with us? Here is a letter. Please respond to it.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. That was not my intention to play the honorable members around, but I felt to be silent because this matter, when it came and I put it to the council.
Let me just say, madam, you don't have an option of refusing to answer a question here. I don't know, whoever told you can refuse to answer a question, I don't know. You've been a speaker. I don't know whether you know that there's a rule that says you can't answer a question.
I comply with the recommendation of those letters, and the council did sit for the first time. And it brings the division within the institution whereby I was seen as a problem. Because I said to the accounting officer, you gave...
Which one?
The accounting officer here.
Proceed.
We appointed the CFO on the 14th of December. He started on the 3rd of January. And then, according to the arbitration was awarded on the 5th of January. And I was never informed as a mayor about the arbitration. I only see the arbitration on the 16th when the MEC wrote a letter to me. And I approached the accounting officer to say, you misled me to take this report to the council, whereby in the report there was no such that says the CFO got a case that he pursued at the CCMA. And then that matter brought the tension between me and the accounting officer. The second letter did came, and when the second letter came, I gave it to the speaker to say, can you call the council? Already the municipality was, there was the unrest that caused by the employee in defense of the matter of the CFO. The day when I supposed to go to council to present the letter, when the council seated, I was getting threats that when I go to TNSN, they will do whatever they want. And I called the accounting officer to say, can you put me on the Zoom platform so that I present the matter? And then the entire council denied me to present the matter into the council. The decision that was...
Who issued the threat?
The employees were already on strike, saying that I must be removed.
So what made you think you can get away without telling us? Finish off.
Thank you, Chair. So I didn't went to that council, but I was informed that the decision of the council stand that the WIPARI must go and meet again with the MEC Mukwena. And then that was when the MEC was out of the country to Europe, if I'm not mistaken. And then subsequent to that, when I was asking the Troika members, even it was said the whips of the parties, they must go and meet with the MEC. What happened? The MM responded via the HOD on behalf of council. That's all I can say, Chair. Thank you.